The AI chip wars just got a whole lot more interesting, and if you're not paying attention to what Meta is quietly building, you might be leaving serious money on the table. That's right, while the entire world has been obsessing over NVIDIA's dominance in the artificial intelligence chip space, Meta Platforms has been engineering a semiconductor strategy so ambitious, so calculated, that analysts are now saying the market hasn't even begun to price it in yet. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly the kind of information that separates smart investors from everyone else. Let's break this down fast because this story is moving quickly. Meta, the parent company of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, has been pouring billions of dollars into developing its own custom silicon chips designed specifically to power its artificial intelligence ambitions. We're talking about Meta's MTIA chip, which stands for Meta Training and Inference Accelerator. This isn't some side project. This is a full-scale assault on the dependency that Meta and frankly, every major tech company has had on NVIDIA's hardware for years. Now here's why this is such a massive deal. NVIDIA currently commands the AI chip market with an almost terrifying grip. Their H100, H200 GPUs have been the go-to hardware for training large language models and running AI inference at scale. Companies have been paying astronomical prices, waiting months for delivery, and essentially begging NVIDIA to take their money. Meta has been spending billions on these chips, and at some point, that just becomes unsustainable when you're operating at Meta's scale. So what did Meta do? They decided to build their own. And not just build it, they're doubling down hard. Meta has signaled plans to deploy over 1 million custom AI chips by the end of this year. 1 million. That's a staggering number that tells you everything about the scale and seriousness of this internal chip program. When you're deploying hardware at that volume, you're not experimenting anymore, you're executing a long-term strategy to fundamentally restructure your cost base and gain a competitive moat that Wall Street is still sleeping on. And here's the financial angle that should make every investor sit up straight. Analysts at 24/7 Wall Street are specifically flagging that Meta's chip ambitions may not yet be priced into the stock. Think about what that means. Meta shares have already had a remarkable run, recovering dramatically from the brutal losses of 2022 and surging to new highs on the back of AI enthusiasm and cost-cutting measures. But if the custom silicon play is genuinely not yet reflected in the valuation, we could be looking at a significant additional upside catalyst that the market is essentially ignoring right now. The logic is straightforward and compelling. Every chip Meta designs and deploys internally is a chip it doesn't have to buy from NVIDIA at premium prices. At the scale Meta operates billions of users, trillions of data points processed daily, the cost savings over time are not marginal. They are transformational. We're potentially talking about billions of dollars annually in reduced capital expenditure once this chip infrastructure reaches full maturity. And let's not forget the broader competitive picture here. Apple has done this with its M-series chips. Google has done this with its TPUs. Amazon has done it with Trainium and Inferentia. The playbook is proven: control your silicon, control your destiny, control your costs. Meta is simply executing the same strategy, and it's doing it at exactly the right time as AI workloads explode across every corner of its platform. The bottom line here is stark and undeniable. NVIDIA isn't going anywhere, let's be crystal clear about that. But the era of total dependency on any single chip supplier is ending, and Meta is positioning itself right at the forefront of that seismic shift. The real question isn't whether Meta's chip strategy will pay off, it's whether you'll recognize the opportunity before the rest of the market finally wakes up.